How you doing, chap?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you.
You guys were sounding sick on soundcheck.
Cheers, it was fun.
You excited for tonight?
Yeah, I mean, every day of this tour has been pretty sweet, so tonight shouldn't be any exception, I'm sure.
Do you have much of the tour left, or?
Yeah, I mean, it's three shows in, so yeah, we got pretty much 2 weeks left. So
Looking forward to sort of what else is going to come on it, and possibly at the end of it being able to sleep a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we've just got off tour with Caliban for 21 days, no days off, so it was kind of, we had 4 days to recuperate, and then we were straight on this tour. So it'd be nice to get home and hang out for a little bit, but so we're pretty busy all year. So
Are you guys mostly touring at the moment, or do you have other stuff sort of planned in?
We're doing like an album. We're basically doing our 4th studio album. We go into pre-production literally straight after this tour, so
Okay.
we don't really have much time to relax, but it's all good. It's part of the job. So
Are you guys hitting up the festival circuit as well this year?
yeah, we're taking kind of like a little downer this year, like because our album won't come out until the latter part of this year and straight early next year. So it's kind of like this is the build-up year for us, and we did a load of the big festivals last year. So this year we're kind of like keeping it a bit more low-key just to build it back up and hitting some territories that we haven't been before or haven't been for a long time. So yeah, I mean, it'll all gear up to next year being the biggest year of our band's career, so it should be pretty insane and exciting. So
You must be quite excited about writing the album that's going to give you that.
yeah, I mean, it's a stressful process, but it should be pretty sweet. It's one of those things where we all know what we want to sound like, and we all know where we want the album to take us, so it should be relatively painless.
Excellent. So I imagine it's just a progression of your sound so far, because you guys have got quite a individual sound.
Yeah, I mean, we all grew up listening to metalcore music. You know, we all grew up listening to the Killswitch Engages, the As I Lay Dyings, the Darkest Hours. They were like our favourite bands in the world. So it'd be nice that's kind of where we gear our direction, but kind of it's a new school kind of edge on it, if you will. But yeah, we all know what we want to do. We're 5 dudes that just play our instruments. We don't have any backing tracks. We don't have any, fakery or trickery. It's just 5 dudes and making music. So.
Has it taken you a little bit surprised how well you guys have been received by sort of outside of metal? Because you've had national radio play and you're doing a lot of things which normally a scream heavy band don't tend to get sort of at the level you're doing anyway.
I mean, it's pretty sweet, to be honest. It's nice to see that the metal scene in the UK is thriving so much that corporate companies that maybe would only go for mainstream artists or rock music have kind of taken notice of this abrasive, heavy, in-your-face kind of music, which for me is just a complete success for bands like Architects and bands like While She Sleeps and Bring Me the Horizon that have got absolute global domination, and it's nice to see that we're part of that kind of British front of music, and it's awesome, and we'll continue to fly a flag. And the thing is, we're not afraid to go for those offers of those mainstream festivals or mainstream radio slots, because we know that we'll do a good job, and we know that there'll be enough fan base for it to take hold, so you can't. Some bands I think maybe are a little scared to do those mainstream side of things because they feel it may well backfire when they play them, or they might get be received badly. So but we're never scared of anything like that. You have to just play what you do and stay true to yourself. So
this is true. I mean, have you had any sort of those things which have gone a bit appallingly wrong?
I mean, it's one of those things. This tour is kind of a classic example of it. Is that it's a very rock-based tour, and it's quite a strange lineup. You've got obviously bands like Dunbroken, and we are the In Crowd that are quite on the and Young Guns that are quite on the lighter, more mainstream rocky kind of feel. But it seems to work, man. It's really cool to see a newer generation of kids that may not have ever thought about liking abrasive and heavy, pissed-off music to really being. This tour for us has been an absolute success. It's been our biggest, most well-received tour we've ever done. So.
Really?
It's crazy, and the ages range from 11 years old up to 30s. So, to see 11 and 12-year-olds really into this kind of music just harks back to when I was younger, listening to people like Papa Roach and Limp Bizkit and Slipknot. So for me, it's crazy to be part of that and part of their life when it comes to introducing them to metal music. And we're not a saviour band. We're not a band that's preaching a message, but we're a band that hopefully can be a stepping stone into these kids really immersing themselves in the metal genre.
Yeah, fair play. Have you had any stories sort of in the last year or whilst you've been on tour which have been a bit weird or anything like that? Apart from seeing us sort of in May last year.
I mean, we don't really have we don't go too crazy, if I'm honest. We're quite a boring band in that sense. So first day of this tour, Brandon from Beartooth decided to get completely butt naked and try and climb in our guitarist and singer's bunk, and that was the first travelling day on the tour. So that was pretty intense for a first day. But we know those guys; we've known them before. So
did he succeed?
He tried, but he didn't get in. No, he was kicked out. So
shame.
But yeah, I mean, this tour's been great because it's the first tour we've ever been on where we know 95% of the crew, every band. You know, we grew up with Don Broco, Young Guns, like. We don't know We're the In Crowd. It's the only band that we don't know. Beartooth, we toured with Caleb's old band Attack Attack, and a lot of the members of Beartooth are made up of the crew of Attack Attack as well. So it's quite sweet that we get to kind of just have 2 weeks with our friends, really.
Yeah,
so.
Friends on tour.
That's it, yeah.
Well, it's been absolutely awesome speaking with you, chap. Thank you for taking a couple of minutes.
No worries, anytime.
Cheers.
This is Mike from the Mike James Rock Show. Don Broco, how's it going, gents?
Yeah, very good. Thanks.
Well, thank you.